head coach of the national team?
Um, well, our team performance, we're finding a way to win. I think each and every game that we've played, there's something good about what we've done. I thought our defensive effort was locked in. We made it really hard for Serbia to get open looks and clean looks. So that was good. I thought there were stretches from an offensive standpoint that we had some fluidity, but for the most part, offensively we were just, we were bothered. Part of that was us, and part of that was Serbia just applying a lot of pressure to us. We just didn't handle that well, and hopefully we'll find a way to clean that up before we take on either France or Japan in a gold medal game. I mean, it's great to be competing for a gold medal. If you look at what took place over the beginning of the month to where we are now and the progression that's taken place, we find ourselves where we wanted to be. And no matter how hard it was to swallow dropping those 2 games in Vegas, which seems like a long, long time ago, to be competing for a gold medal is, it's rewarding, but we still got to get the job done.
What would Coach John Chaney think about your coaching performance so far in the Olympics?
He would definitely frown upon all the turnovers. That's for sure. So we got to value the ball a little bit better, but just overall, he used to call me Little Cheney. He would be extremely happy, proud, and wouldn't, he would be the first one in line to hug me when I return to Philadelphia.
All right, thank you.
Next, we'll go to Faya Franklin.
Hey, Coach D, how you doing today?
How you doing?
I'm well. So what did you like about Breanna Stewart setting the tone early on? And how cool is it for you to see all these different watch parties going on, celebrating and supporting Team USA?
First, my Stewie is a coach's dream, to be quite honest. She has a high basketball IQ that can back it up with the skill set and the ability to just make plays on both sides of the basketball. And you stick her, in her, not her natural position, playing a small forward, and she makes it look like it's her natural position. So, great players are able to do that. And as far as the watch parties, I haven't really seen any because they're probably being broadcasted while we're playing. But, I'm sure if I was on the other side of the world, I'd be cheering equally as hard as probably some of the households that are really just giving us that positive vibe we need being so far away from home.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
We'll go to Cheryl Coward and then Patrick Waring, you're on deck.
Hi, Coach. Shortly after the game, there were some quotes from Sue Bird where she said that since you entered the knockout rounds, the team has become more and more focused and that there's another level that you can get to. What are your thoughts on that?
That's par for the course. And we've been ramping up. Obviously we didn't look our sharpest today. But there are some parts of some parts of the game that, we really locked in, and that was on the defensive side of the ball. We didn't put up a whole lot of points, but we didn't give up a whole lot of points. And I just feel like once we hit the quarterfinals, our players really they look different. There's a different focus. There's a different dynamic to them. That is, we don't want to lose. We're here. We want to compete for a gold medal. And if we don't win, we don't do that. And that takes a certain amount of focus by everybody. So everybody's amped up just a little bit more than they were the day before. And that's what the moment takes on when you're competing for a gold medal.
Thanks, and good luck in the gold medal game.
Thank you.
Patrick Waring.
Hey, Coach. You just mentioned a little bit ago about Coach Chaney in Philadelphia. I looked at something earlier today, or I guess yesterday. in 1996, Nike created a mural of you in Philadelphia. Can you kind of go back to that time and just kind of talk about your first thoughts and feelings when that was put up in Philadelphia, just with everything with your Olympic career from there to now, coming from Philadelphia, all of that?
I mean, the mural was, I don't know why Nike chose me, but because they had some athletes that were household names, Lisa Leslie and Cheryl Swoops on our particular basketball team were some of the women they chose to highlight and publicize. And then there was me. And I think Nike really probably dug how I am just as a person, just being just real, just myself. I'm comfortable in my skin. And I think they created that mural knowing that it's so Philadelphian. And I'd be remiss if I didn't mention that there was a ceremony the day after we arrived. I did get one of my friends to stop by the hotel and ride by the market, and it was covered, but I saw how big it was. I didn't know it was going to be an 8-story mural. So I cheated the ceremony a little bit, but was certainly surprised and happy in that moment that I could just be selfish and share that moment with myself. But I shared that moment the next day with so many other Philadelphians who truly always showed love throughout my entire career. And I think they appreciate me always bringing Philadelphia everywhere I go, and especially North Philly.
All right, thank you.
And Rafiq Lewison, you're next.
Hey, Coach, congratulations on making it to another gold medal game. I just want to ask you, what are your thoughts about that play where Dan Taransi did a behind the back pass to Brianna Stewart going for the fast break layup?
Here's the thing about Dee. I don't think she was showboating. I think Dee was in the position where that was the only pass that she could complete. And then, much like Stewie, you're always in good hands when you're passing the ball to Stewie, because Stewie will definitely deliver in making the basket and making the play.
And also, for the first time WNBA players that are playing the gold medal game, what will this do for their WNBA careers going forward?
I mean, I think anytime that you get a chance to play on an Olympic team with so many seasoned players, it can only help you. Now, obviously, if you get on the court and play, it's going to elevate your game. But to be around them in film sessions, to be around them in practices, just the way they communicate with some of the first timers, they are going to take that back to their WNBA teams, and I'm sure share it with other young players who have aspirations to playing in an Olympic Games and on an Olympic team. So I think, their games are going to be elevated. So if their games are going to be elevated, it's going to have a trickle-down effect on their respective WNBA teams.
Kind of like how it was during your playing days?
Well, I was fortunate enough to have played in an Olympic Games before the WNBA season. So I already had stories to share before I actually played in the league and played in the Olympic Games and going back to my WNBA team. So I always speak about capturing the culture of USA basketball, and that is we really don't care who gets the highlights, who scores the most, who rebounds. We only care about winning gold medals, and that is so pure and so innocent, and is not duplicated in any other sport that anybody could play on.
Appreciate the conversation.
Mm-hmm.
All right, seeing no more questions for Coach Staley, we will let her go. Thank you very much, everyone, and we'll see you Sunday.
Thank you. That's it, you guys. Anybody else?